6 months ago, I woke up in a world that wasn't mine. This world wasn't meant to last forever. It won't. But still, I decided to stay, and I've been building here for the last 6 months. I've decided to put all of my progress into one major movie so that you can see everything that we've done so far. But without further ado, I hope you enjoy, and let's get straight into the movie. Hope grows where the old world fell. Now that's why I decided to build Solith. A land untouched by the flame, where the light that warms the stone doesn't come from the nether but from the sun itself. I want to see if the world can still remember what it felt like before we tore it apart. Solith has become my experiment in memory, not to rebuild what was lost, but to rebuild what was forgotten. I always remind myself that every block placed here is meant to honor what came before and to warn what could come again. And that's ultimately why I began the thread. A single rail stretching across Solith, binding the first homes and hearts together. This architectural feat will be thousands of blocks long and will make it all of the way to spawn. But most importantly, this monorail carries more than travelers. You see, in the old world, we mined deeper to find nothing but power, where here in Solith, we build further to find more meaning. Because maybe what the old world forgot wasn't how to build, it was why. Long before the collapse, before the fires, before the wars, the people of this land believed the world was held together by threads of light. They said that every life, every city, every sunrise was woven into a great tapestry that connected all things. And when someone lost their way, the elders would tell them, "Hold the thread." It meant to keep faith, to keep building, even when the world felt broken. And when the kingdoms fell, the saying fell with them. The old stories were forgotten, their threads cut one by one. Today, the goal was simple enough. Just extend the monorail. But as always, things rarely stay simple for long. It'll come as no surprise to anyone that I got completely carried away, spending what felt like days harvesting all of the soil into endless cropland.
Was it all just a dream, just all in my head? Floating rivers upstream, the things that you said. Tell me and be honest, tell me, did you know that you would believe in me just like the winners know? Tell me and be honest, tell me, should I've known that you'd believe my best to move on, to let go.
So, we set off on a small treasure expedition. This short adventure thankfully paid off with a few shiny diamonds. That little success felt good. Reminder that sometimes wandering off track brings its own rewards. Then it was back to business. The thread demanded more progress, and that meant dark oak, and a lot of it as well. Eventually, after a few too many axe swings, I realized that I had more resources than I knew what to do with. So I decided to do a bit of work around spawn. I started adding stone brick and tough walls, mixing in lilacs and rose bushes and lanterns to tie the space together. The soft light of the lanterns paired perfectly with the campfires we'd already scattered around, giving the whole area this warm, lived-in atmosphere. And not after curiosity pulled me over to Shadow's new wool shop, which looked like something straight out of a Roman villa. Beautiful symmetry, clean lines, and a kind of timelessness to the design. To be honest, it's the kind of build I'd love to try myself one day. From there, I made my way to Fizzy's house and checked out the rest of the GRCC, hustling with players, projects, and the kind of energy that reminds you why community servers are so special. Somewhere along the way, I ran into Gribbly Games. The day wrapped up with a visit to Camp Gribbly. We were able to hang out for a while before Gribbly gave me a ride home. I really enjoyed this experience. It was one of the small, unexpected moments of connection that really stick out with you. Before long, I ended up setting up a small campsite for Fox Foil. They had generously donated during stream, and a massive thank you for that. It felt right to leave a little mark in their honor, a cozy stop along the journey where the lights stay on and the campfire always burns. After that, it was back to the usual chores around the server. The kind of maintenance that doesn't sound exciting but quietly keeps everything alive. And of course, it was time to dive back into the meat and potatoes of the project, expanding the thread deeper into the jungle biome. One morning, I was greeted by Pug and Draconis, who had ridden all of the way to the northeast corner of the server just to say hello. They were both in full diamond armor, mounted on their horses, glinting in the morning light. Watching them ride off reminded me of how much catching up I still had to do. Everyone else's progress just fueled that little spark in me to keep going. Not long after, my travels brought me back to Spawn, where the place had changed so much since my last visit. Dan's house was now complete, this beautiful moss roof build with the kind of soft texture that makes everything feel alive. And nearby, a brand new noodle shop had popped up, complete with an emoji-style noodle bowl, sign that honestly made me laugh. This other build that we see right here completely reminds me of something out of Up. It's kind of whimsical and warm and floats in its own pocket of creativity. After soaking in everyone's builds, it was time once again to bite off another chunk of the thread, pushing further into the jungle. This section has probably become my favorite part of the entire design. It honestly gives purpose to all of the leftover stone that's piling up in my chests. The arches, reinforced by iron bars, create this rhythm of breathability. It's sturdy, but not too heavy in my personal opinion. It kind of feels established, like real infrastructure. You can sense that this world has history, that people have built and traveled and lived in this area. And by the way, if you're watching this and love how these cinematics look, you can learn exactly how to make scenes like this yourself in about an hour. There's a link in the description. If you don't love it, I promise you, you will get your money back. On the next stream, I shifted focus from the rails to something smaller, kind of more personal. We started work on the Cottage of the Protector. As you can see, this cottage is built high in the mountainside overlooking the coastline. This one was for Serotonin Setups, who had been incredibly generous during the stream. And I wanted this build to feel like a proper thank you, something meaningful. In terms of lore, I imagined Serotonin as a kind of watcher, an overseer and protector of the fishermen working the cold waters below. He is the kind of presence you don't always see, but you always feel. Self-sufficient, quiet, dependable, and always there if you need him. To the east of his cottage, I built another small structure, Lenny's cabin. His place is louder, busier, and full of motion. The kind of place where the smell of sawdust really never leaves. I used barrels in the awnings and pillars, which gave it a layered, industrial noise. Not chaotic, but alive. Together, these two builds, Serotonin's quiet cottage and Lenny's lively cabin, feel like characters in conversation. One represents stillness and protection, the other labor and rhythm. And for anyone planning to explore the eventual world download, there's a little secret tucked away nearby, a hidden stash of diamonds and other goodies waiting for the curious one to find. I decided to clear out my cave once again, carving through stone to refill my supplies for the thread. When my inventory was finally full, I took a break from the solitude and made a trip to the shopping district. My first stop was the Blob, this absolutely incredible structure by, I believe, Draconis and Mild Maddie. Their attention to detail never fails to impress me, especially the way they manage to build cars and trucks that actually look convincing in Minecraft. It's wild how they pull that off with just blocks and color choices. The palette around the blob is just gorgeous. It's bright. We have deliberate colors that make the whole area pop like a festival of creativity. Right beside it sits We Break Bedrock, the enchanting shop, and a witch hut that looks straight out of a fantasy novel. I also wandered past Maple's General Store, the Prismarine pop-up shop, and Fozie's Honey Shop, each with their own little personality. I really do think that every time I visit, it feels like the district has doubled in charm. I also stumbled onto a build that I haven't seen before, a stunning structure whose creator I don't know, but I'll say it now, whoever built it, you are a genius. The design work here is a chef's kiss. Cleaning, striking, and absolutely something I'd love to try my hand at one day. Finally, I stopped by the Bunny Bakery, which had just opened its doors, I think. The place is adorable. It has warm lighting and pastel tones, and its actual menu includes Cinnabons and popsicles. I grabbed a couple of treats and just took in the atmosphere. It's builds like that, small, joyful, made with care, that remind me why I love this community so much. There's a kind of magic in seeing what everyone's creating side by side. Every shop, every detail feels like a piece of a larger conversation. It's like the world is speaking back to you. I kept going and going through forests and mountains and rivers in every biome that tried to slow me down. I just kept laying track one block at a time. Until finally, I reached it. The spawn area. By that point, my inventory was running dry, barely a handful of stone left to my name, but I didn't mind. Seeing the thread stretch all the way back to where it had begun was like one of those full circle moments that you just do not forget. As of recording right now, it's only October 12th, which means I've still got the rest of the year to see how far this thing can go, how much more I can add to it, how many more players it can eventually reach. It was once believed that we are all woven threads of light in the grand tapestry of being. By recognizing the light in one another, we can weave a new era from the threads of the past. Not just to build, but to rekindle that ancient light. I want to bring this idea back to the world, to see if we can weave something new from the wisdom that came before. And in order to do that, we're going to need some materials. Along the way, I met an old friend, Addo the Anxious. Sometimes all it takes is a familiar voice to remind you that creation is never done alone. However, this world was still raw, still waiting to be shaped. So, shovel in hand, I began smoothing out the earth, preparing the foundation for something greater. To be honest, progress came slowly. I found myself returning to the town again and again, a pilgrim seeking what the earth could not yet provide. But there was still one thing I lacked, and that was freedom. For 3 months, I walked where others had flown, and so I finally decided to face the end. With all of my best gear and all of my best armor, I decided to head to the end dimension. And when I finally stepped through the gateway portal, I actually made one misstep. In that silence, I thought of all the time spent building towards a dream that now felt impossibly far away. But that thing about light is that it always seems to find a way back. The world of Solith has always been built on the kindness of its people. The pug, a friend from seasons past, offered me what I had lost. He gave me armor, tools, and perhaps most importantly, my hope once again. With each gift, I felt the threads of Solith pulling me back towards purpose. The architect wasn't done yet. However, even with my new tools, my spirit needed rest. As time went on, the seasons continued to change. I think that this place holds something special. It's proof that even fleeting creations can echo through time. Reinvigorated, I returned to the kingdom. The land was ready, and so was I. Every cinematic you see here was built from patience and from my own story. If you ever want to learn how to craft your own worlds and cinematics like this, the link below holds everything you need, all of my cinematics free for you to use and learn from. And if you would ever like to work with me one-on-one, take a look at the link down below as well. I missed the night of Halloween itself, but in my absence, Others filled the world with laughter and light. And when I finally returned, I saw that we were truly building together. Not just structures, but a living world. On Halloween night, one of our channel members challenged me to survive until dawn. The architect had arrived, not in glory, but in patience. Not built in days, but in moments. In every choice to keep creating, even when the world falls silent. Wheat fields began to sway beside the river, and flowers returned to the land that had long forgotten color. Solith finally began to breathe. They say that kingdoms are not built in days, but in moments, in every choice to keep creating, even when the world falls silent. The light has returned to Solith. The architect's story is only just beginning. If you're still watching the video and are ready for the next chapter of the story, consider subscribing to the channel. And if you'd ever like to use any of the cinematics I've ever made for any of your own videos, take a look at the description below. Have you ever been playing Minecraft, maybe late at night, maybe after a long day, and somewhere between placing the 100th block of stone and trimming your last leaf, you suddenly realize that you're not just building anymore. You're creating something that feels alive. That's exactly what happened to me this week. And just like how any other started from the bottom story here in Minecraft starts with diamonds, ours did too. You see, I'm not just playing alone in this Minecraft world. I actually have the pleasure of playing with plenty of other people across the world. And lucky for me, for just a couple of diamonds, our friend Draconis had a flower shop that was supplying us with all of the flowers that we needed for the kingdom. Over the past week or so, I've been working on a couple of secret projects. I'll let you know more about them in the future. I really love the design that we have of the end ship over here in the overworld. Along with the fact that I'm pretty happy that the prices are pretty reasonable here too. So there I was, wandering through the shopping district, minding my own business when something caught my eye. Gribbly Games had finished a brand new town hall, and I swear to you, the moment I saw it, everything else around me went quiet. It had this incredible New Orleans style charm with warm colors and some hanging plants and ornate balconies, the kind of build that makes you pause and soak it all in. And right then, the idea hit me. What if we build a secret swimming hole for the kids? A place for everyone to go to after school. This place wouldn't be about flexing or mega builds or trading or building or the next big thing. It would just be a place where you could breathe. Or we could build a relaxing swimming hole, however, there was plenty of work that we had to do. Our next stream took us deep underground into the caves under the server. Chespy let me know that we needed a ton of diorite for some upcoming builds, so we grabbed our pick and put our head down. And honestly, Minecraft has this way of surprising you at exactly the right moment. Because tucked between the layers of stone and the echoes of mobs in the distance, we ran straight into a geode. It was one of those little moments where you pause your mining, look around, and just appreciate how beautiful the game can be. Once we surfaced, it was finally time to begin work on the swimming hole. And the best part about it all is that I wasn't alone. I was joined once again by Gribbly, Seaman, and Chespy. We got so much progress done. But we also got into the exact amount of shenanigans that you'd expect when you have 4 Minecraft players on the Lotus SMP on a Friday night. It felt slow going, but I knew that every block mattered.
I used to beg like a sinner, looking for someone to blame. I could be happy, I know, if I could play a different game.
You know that morning Minecraft feeling when you have a cup of coffee or tea in one hand, your mouse in the other, with some soft ambient music running in the background. Now that was the vibe. Bit by bit, block by block, flower by flower, the pond began to take shape into something that felt warm, safe, and strangely nostalgic. And I quickly did want to mention that if you enjoy any of the cinematics that you see on screen, you're more than welcome to use any of them for any of your own videos. And if you're still here and are watching the video, consider leaving a like on it. Mid-afternoon on Saturday, everything began to shift gears. It was our monthly Lotus Stream Day, and Pug had been working on something wild, a brand new circular parkour course.
This is so epic, Pug. Thank you. Thank you for slaving away. This thing's massive.
Pug? Yo, where are all my imaginary fans at? Hey, you did it!
A huge props to Pug. This build is clever, chaotic, and incredibly fun, and I can't wait to run it even more. The best part about it was that the reward for completing it was a fully enchanted Elytra.
Floor was actually designed by Ecom, but most of the rest is me.
After all of the stream day chaos, I spent a bit more time hanging out with Joel, talking about his plans for the future of the Lotus series.
The vibe I was going for was like a mall from the 80s. That hasn't been used in a while and is kind of run down. I don't know how much of that you can get from just the foundations, but...
And then, finally, it was time for the final stretch. I restocked my diamonds, which, of course, disappeared instantly at Draconis' flower shop. Slowly, but surely, the swimming hole became a sanctuary.
Und morgen wird die Sonne wieder scheinen, und auf dem Wege, den ich gehen werde, wird ohne Segen göttlich sein. Sie werden inmitten dieser Sonnennacht und zu dem Strand,
It's a reminder that no matter how busy life gets, on the server or off of it, there's always a quiet place waiting for you. After a couple hundred hours here on the Lotus SMP, I think that it's finally time that we actually meet up in person. We've been doing so much when it comes to cinematics and post-commentary in order to tell the story of this world. But the reality here is that I'd love to be able to show you a little bit of what it actually looks like in game. Along with, if we're being honest, I think that over the last couple months or so, I ended up putting a glass ceiling over my head about how good the videos had to be. I've had to keep saying to myself that each video has to get better and better over time, along with the story has to be so intricate and so detailed and everything has to be perfect. Where the reality is that I started doing all of this YouTube stuff in the first place so that I could just play the game more and share my story. Along with I'm realizing that I'm missing out on having fun with other people this season on Lotus. I really do think that this little build here, this little fishing pond and swim getaway is a sign that we're off to smaller but greater things here going forward. Along with, as you can see, as we walk up our dirt path with our coarse dirt with the accent, the path actually ends up splitting over to the right. If we continue along this way, we'll be met with the swimming hole, where you can see that we can go and take a dip. We also have a whole ton of fish over here, and we were able to get them by flying around with our Elytra and finding them and then transporting them over into the pond. They really are the extra life that this place needed, and I think we'll have to get around to putting some names on them eventually too. You can see that with a lot of the shrubbery, we've gotten around to using these new bushes that we have in the game, but we have a ton of white and some orange flowers over here along with our rose bushes just dotting around the pond, along with even the occasional cactus flower from the desert too, which I personally think is the perfect amount of pink to have in the area. However, as it starts to rain, I did want to mention that we do have a mini picnic table right here. I guess we could ask the wandering trader if he wanted to have some lunch with us. And then over here, we just kind of have like a mini hangout area and storage area by the tree. You'll actually notice that the block that I happen to be standing on is a lodestone, which I've actually only ever used once before in Minecraft as building, and it's kind of like a cool stash box hidden in the ground, because once again, this is supposed to be kind of like a little area for the kids to hang out with and swim after school. And so in this barrel right here, we actually have some towels with some banners right here. And I know that the weather is not really holding up at the moment, but I think that if I was a kid, I would enjoy hanging out in a spot just like this. And so I say that in order to celebrate all of our hard work, let's take one more dip into the drink, where I definitely wish that I had some swimming goggles, because I'm sure that these guys are gonna dirty up the water soon. However, there's a whole lot that I want to get done here on Lotus, and with upcoming travel plans, we only have so much time to do it. So I say that it's time that we continue to follow the black brick road and get back to work on some pretty incredible projects. And if you haven't seen our most recent video, I highly recommend that you take a look at it. Sometimes I have to forget about being a content creator and just focus on actually playing Minecraft. It seems to me like there's always something more to do, whether it be making a thumbnail or checking your analytics. And sometimes, just to be honest, sometimes I just want to play Minecraft. So that's what we're going to do in this episode and kind of bring this world back to a Let's Play series. And to make things even better, to start today's episode, we were met with a visitor. It had been a while since I had seen Etat, and I'm pretty sure that he came to say hi to Marnie, who we had just recently found. We caught up for a little bit, and as always when he left, I felt the joy of building. As you can see here in the Kingdom of Solith, things are starting to come together and we're starting to expand over in this direction here, where you'll see that there's a beacon over in the distance. Within the next couple episodes or so, I want to have a bridge coming from here over to this direction as we've kind of been talking about. However, this is a solid start for our tunnel that's leading over to Mild Maddie's base. And in a really fun way, we were able to find our first ever natural emerald ore here in the world. Although I don't have Silk Touch yet, so there's nothing that we can do to pick it up. But I say let's fly over to the main kingdom, where you can see that we've continued to expand our stone pathing over in this direction, and we're working on smoothing out the terrain as well. And then I do think that Etat wanted to come over and say hi to Marnie, so we were able to spend a bit of time with him on stream last Monday. But right now it is about 4:45 in the morning on Wednesday, December 3rd, and tonight we're going to have another live stream where we're going to do a bit more work to kind of fit in this nether portal area in with the terrain so that we can eventually make our clock tower and have it right here. Along with, I do think that we're going to fell a whole ton of trees and start to fit in our tunnel area back yonder with the rest of the kingdom too. And it is a Lotus stream, so there's no telling what sort of shenanigans we might end up getting up to. Oh, hello, it's Joel. Hello to do there. Oh, do you want to go trick-or-treating? I want to make a shop, but I just don't know what to make. For me, I made a leather shop last year, but the amount of cows that I had to kill in order to make a leather shop, dude, it was too much. I don't know if I want to do it again. This is sick, dude. Wow, I like the floor. That's cool. Yeah, I like it. Okay, so anyway, welcome to the Halloween district officially. And I don't really know that much about it, if I'm being honest. Like, I really wasn't that involved with it, but I do know how to go trick-or-treating. Okay, so I'll start us, so we can hop down here, down the pathway, right? And the goal here is for us to get 8 candy corn. So now that we've gone and we've got an 8 candy corn, we can actually come over here and we have this vending machine. Go into this tall one that we have right here, and then go into deposit your candy corn. Then go into the bottom one and you now have a Dan plushie. Dude, isn't that fun? And you can do that every single day. And so there's members from Lotus and Channel 64. And Gribbly ended up making this sort of like roller coaster sort of thing. Wait, creeper behind you, creeper behind you, creeper behind you. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh my gosh. Dude, this place is awesome looking. Respect, dude. This is probably the best thing I've ever seen actually in a desert biome so far. For me, I used to focus only about having like the best builds and like the best everything, and I really didn't hang out with people that much. And then when I looked back at Lotus for starting this season, I was like, wait, it was all the little moments that I really enjoyed. All of those things make so much more of a difference than any of the builds or videos. Joel, dude, it's been so fun hanging. I've had a blast. Happy Friday, and I will see you very soon. It is now the morning of December 6th, and we are getting very close to finishing this build, as you can see. I did think that we were probably going to finish it last night, but I got too tired. But the good thing is we got to hang out with Joel, and I had a ton of fun with him. I got to show him trick-or-treating for the first time, and we just had some good laughs on the server. But as you can see, and we're definitely not done yet, but this clock tower design is definitely an interesting one. I do see that we have a couple of trapdoors that are not in the right places, but we'll get around to fixing them later. By far, one of my favorite things about this build that I'm sure that we'll talk about more is the cactus flowers that match with the pink that we have a little bit with the pale oak wood. And I don't usually stream on Saturday mornings, but I'm kind of feeling like I'm in the mood to do so, where I'm sure that we'll get around to finishing the build. And who knows, we'll maybe even do some more terraforming around the area too. And so I say let's finish the project and see what the final product ends up looking like. Everything is now 2 diamonds. How expensive was it beforehand? But this is definitely kind of cozy. I like the vibe that we have inside, and it's a good use of the space that we have with the tables over here too. And then some really nice storage areas as well, as you can see, and I like the copper blocks used right here too. Oh man, that's expensive. 6 diamonds for a stack and a half. Now as the sun sets and as it rains here in this beautiful cylinder that we've completed this challenge tower once again, I do think that it's time that we press the button. And as you can see, we once again get a brand new pair of Elytra. So we may have died a couple of times along the way, but I do assure you, that the reward was definitely worth it. And a big shout out to Pug once again for building this entire thing in the first place and also giving us rewards at the top that make it even more worth doing. But I do swear, just doing it by itself, it's very fun to do. So holy moly, a holy smokes, we can put these on our back. And I do say that it's time that we once again get back to work. I do think that this clock tower came out 10 times better than I ever expected. You can totally see that it fits in with the entire area, and I love how the cactus flowers add that extra pink accent to the build. If we take a look here, you can tell that this is the biggest build that we've made so far here in the Kingdom of Solith, and you could definitely say that I'm happy that we have this new addition. We have a good mix of some diorite along with some quartz and polished diorite and some calcite as well, along with our levers that are weathered, hopefully all around, that are giving that extra orange/pink to the build. And I hope that you can notice that the pale oak goes perfectly with a little bit of pink with the cactus flower, as we've kind of been talking about, and it matches perfectly, I think, with the weathered chain that we have right here. I do want to mention that the official timekeeper for the Kingdom of Solith is Jordanology, and it's only a matter of time until we have this entire place looking incredible. If you're still here and you're new, consider subscribing to the channel. We're trying to make new Minecraft episodes every single week. And if you want to get caught up with everything that we've been doing so far on the Lotus SMP, consider taking a look at this playlist that we have right here. It's Christmas time, and it's absolutely my favorite time of the year. There's something really special about the holiday season. The flair, the festivity, the wonder in the atmosphere, and the feeling of a new year on the horizon. And luckily for me, as someone who loves Minecraft, I get to pour all that joy into this beautiful Minecraft world. With the change in seasons, I decided it was time for a change in my Minecraft skin. After 3 years as a Tibetan monk in game, I wanted to celebrate the holidays with a brand new red and white skin. I added some red Adidas track pants, some brown and white shoes, and a brand new headband speckled in holiday colors. However, with the brand new Nautilus update, I realized there was so much more of Minecraft that I hadn't explored yet. That inevitably inspired me to get off on a grand adventure. Eventually, we made our way towards our main objective, hidden below the sea. I did want to open up the shulker box that we have right here, where you'll see all of our bounty from our most recent expedition. I was really going for these partery sherds, and we ended up getting 4 fishing rods, including one with mending, which I think is awesome. But by far, the biggest bounty that you can see is that we have 3 sniffer eggs. And I've never gotten the sniffer egg myself. I've seen the sniffer before, but I've never done it myself in Minecraft. And so we can actually head over here across the river in this beautiful world, where you'll notice that I've gotten around to making them a bit of a pen. So I guess with our sniffer eggs in hand, all we're gonna do now is we're gonna place them down just like this. And I guess we can place the other one right here. But I think I'm gonna keep the third one just in case someone else on the server wants it. And so now I guess that all we have left to do is wait, which while we wait, I did want to show you that we have a couple of shulker boxes over in this direction with some special contents inside. And honestly, people have been really busy with real life, so I'm trying to step in and help out where I can. I did get around to making a build in creative mode, and it's a pretty big build too. Along with, I did say that I was going to try to make some mini Christmas trees, so in the shulker box right here, you'll see that we have plenty of materials to do that. We also have tons of flower-related materials, and then lots of wood, although we're still going to need more spruce. We do, however, have tons of oak logs, so I'm going to donate them to see if anyone else can build with them on the server. And then I also got around to making some Christmas banners, so if we can in this episode, if not this week, we're gonna get around to making them. And then last but not least, we have some other bits and bobs that we're gonna need for the build. And I also did want to admit that the Kingdom of Solith is beautifully coming together here in the winter. So I do think that while we wait for those sniffer eggs to hatch, why don't we go and take a look at the Christmas district and see what it is that we're getting our hands into. And so we can fly by the candy canes next to the Halloween district. Along with, I do know that Mild Maddie wants to do some sort of secret Santa at some point too. But man, it really does look like we've entered Santa's workshop with all of the copper golems moving things around. And I really like the railway track that we have. Alongside, we can step out here to a brilliant winter wonderland. I really like the lampposts that we have right here, the pale oak, and I think that's crimson wood, I believe, along with the soul lanterns, really fits in well with the Christmas vibe. Along with, we can head over the beautiful Christmas bridge too. It looks like over on the left side, someone's built a beautiful red cottage next to the ice spikes. And then one thing that Pug ended up showing me the other day as well is the fact that we have these beautiful lights that actually make Christmas lights here. Along with, we can do the same thing with a wreath here too. And as the sun sets, we can also see this beautiful casa that we have. And now seeing it in the sunlight, it's absolutely stunning. This house is massive. It really does scream Christmas too. I can kind of see here that we have some safety scaffolding, so the interior must not be ready yet, but again, look at the lights that we have as the outer lining of this build. It makes it look so much Christmassy. I do have a feeling that all of the diorite that we already gave to Chespy has been used. Along with, you can see right here that Seaman is actually going to be making a snowman making contest. And I'm excited to see what this place ends up looking like in the long run. And so I say, let's put down all 6 of the shulker boxes that we have to our name. It definitely feels good to have those out of my inventory, and I say let's take out our axe so that we can collect the last materials that we need for our build, and then we'll check in with our sniffer friends. Okay, well, we've only been AFK for about 22 minutes, but I think we can head down here because as you can see, we have our first ever Snifflets. And I will say that they're absolutely adorable. I like how they sniff all over the place. However, I will say at the same time that I kind of wish that they stayed this size. I honestly think that they can get too big sometimes, but now all we have to do is wait, and in just a bit of time we're gonna have seeds so that we can have all the flowers that we'd like to use. And it's honestly super fun having some extra life in the area too. So if you have any ideas about what we should name any of the sniffers that we have, definitely let me know. But I do say that it's just about time that we get back to resource collection. Now, as you can see, we are back at our starter base and we've gotten a good amount of work done felling these trees. It is officially the 10th of December, and on tonight's stream so far, we have Mari and Level Up, Jordan, Pug, Karen, and Amy. And the quote for tonight's stream is "to be loved is to be changed." I do try to stream here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday as much as I can, and if you would ever like to take a part in those and in some of the making of the videos, you're more than welcome to come by and say hi. However, I have just received some interesting information from Mari, and so we are going to go on a miniature side quest. As we have been discussing, we have our two brand new little Snifflets right here. But one of our slippers named Mari has told me that her cat is named Little Spoon. And if I'm being honest, I feel like Little Spoon is the perfect name for one of these two sniffers. And actually, according to Mari's request, I think that we're gonna name the other one over here Big Spoon too. So we officially have some brand new friends in the Kingdom of Solith, and that totally makes me a happy man. So we can head into our anvil, and it only costs 1 enchantment too. And now with our name tag in hand, we can make our way back down here, and I think that you'll officially be called Little Spoon. A grand old welcome to the family. And I'm sure that we'll get a name tag on you at some point. But now, officially, off we go towards the Christmas district. So, as we've seen, we have this absolutely beautiful, monstrous, massive, incredible build that we have right here, and I just learned that it's from Mild Maddie. Along with, you can probably see that the scaffolding is now down, and this place officially is going to hold and host our Secret Santa for this year on Lotus. And we are taking a look at this on live stream together, so if you're watching the video since Christmas will not have come out, or if you're here on live stream, please do not tell my Secret Santa person that I have them so that it stays fun for all of us. But once again, I do just want to mention there is so much going on here in this build area, and I love how it looks with the roof, with the design, with everything. I think that's even some polished gilded black stone right there. And so the attention to detail is absolutely impeccable, but underneath the wreath, we can open up our door and we're going to be met with another beautiful copper golem sort of interior here. Guys, everyone is doing so incredible this season. This looks so cool. We have definitely an actual factory going on over here with tons of different present designs and all of the works added at once right here, as you can see. I really love seeing all of the minecarts just spewing around with all of their sparks in the air. But it does look like we're gonna head into our book right here, and I say let's take a gander. The signed up list is Maddie, Joel, Fozy, myself, Hug, Chespy, Seaman, Gribbly, Dan, and Morg. And if you are on the signed up list, just click the button in front of you. Yes. Make sure that the note block sounds are on. Okay, well, this definitely sounds exciting, so we can press this button. Dude, I love the song. No, it is seriously so cute. Oh my goodness. And here we have a candy cane. This is one of my favorite things that I've done on Lotus all season. Okay, and so we know who it is. You guys have to promise not to tell anyone, okay? However, as we've discussed, we definitely have plenty more work to do in order to get our own build up in this area. And so I say, as it starts to snow, why don't we get around to building it? Well, welcome both of you to my little corner here of the Christmas zone. I'm glad to have you both. Introduce yourselves if you'd like.
I'm Maddie.
I'm Draconis.
And happy holidays to everybody.
There's pack on my shirt.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Merry Crisis. Yeah, you have a very bushy eyebrows. As a Santa.
I feel
Hi, Frankie.
okay. So it looks like I just have bushy eyebrows, not necessarily that like my eyes are gone, or kind of both.
No, it kind of looks like bushy eyebrows for me.
Okay, I
look
like that.
Possessed to me.
They look possessed.
Possessed by the spirit of Christmas.
I was kind of just experimenting with different roof designs, and you can see that the build over here to the right has only like one slanted roof kind of going all the way down, which I really like, and I've never done that before.
Mm-hmm.
And then
It's like the snow is falling down by itself. You don't have to shovel it from the roof. This is what
I
we
didn't
do
even
here
think about
in
that.
mountains areas.
You're right. You're right. Actually, I teach the kids at school in social studies that when you see a slanted roof, it's usually because it's in a snowy area, because the snow can fall off and that sort of thing. But anyway, we have all these fancy kind of banners that I've never actually decorated banners before. So I wanted to try it out for the first time.
These are cool.
These are really, really cool. I love the Santa one.
Thank you. It's not my
It's
design.
perfect.
I found it online.
But it's perfect.
Yeah, it fits the vibe perfectly, I do think.
Yeah.
But then one thing I've been doing a lot with all my builds recently is all of these tools are all of the tools that I've ever used here on Lotus.
Really? Whoa.
That's why you have no diamonds left.
Well, one thing I think about constantly is that you guys, both of y'all, have set up really good infrastructure with like shops and like farms and that sort of thing. And I literally just keep building and then buying things, especially from like your shop, both of your shops actually. I just buy things from you guys and then I run out of diamonds and then I go branch mining again. And like rinse and repeat. And I'm like, I need to build a shop or I need to do something,
You
and I just
should
keep
build a shop.
So anyway,
And
I don't know.
armor trims. I want armor trims. I don't have them.
Me too. Well, I'm the one saying, okay, I'm gonna have maybe an armor trim shop, but then I don't even have any armor trims. I don't even have netherite or anything like that. But still, I think it'd be fun. Good excuse to get some too. Yeah, when everything else is here, it's gonna be so nice to just look out and see the tree and that sort of thing. And then we just have a cute little paint kind of room right here with some candles, and I probably need to put some books in a bookshelf and that sort of thing. But besides that, I don't know. It's nice.
I'll just take a little nap.
Perfect. Maddie, I don't always get to see you online, and Draconis has been doing his own thing recently. So, it's been me and usually Pug for the most part. And Pug is oftentimes mining and caving, so he doesn't need to go to sleep for the night. So I'm always the one responsible for sleeping, and it's so nice having you guys online because you'll also go to sleep for the night. Like, it's such a small thing, but
Sometimes, yeah.
it means a big difference. Sometimes, well, yeah, for material collecting and that sort of thing.
Reflex for me.
In the middle of my mind, sometimes when I'm going to sleep and Draconis is online, I'm like, who's going to B-dubs it first? Who's going to get to the bed first? And that sort of thing. I never do any like all wood anything pretty much, but I ended up deciding to do it for this build, and I think it turned out pretty well.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
And this is all blackstone. Anyway, it's a little build. That's all we got here. All right. Wait, I need to give the stream torch back. I'm not officially a streamer today.
Thank you so much.
Whenever I see you guys do these in your videos, I'm like, I want to do that. Like, it's so fun.
Do it.
All right.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for watching Sleep's video. Subscribe to him
Subscribe.
and leave a like and comment.
Hit the bell.
Sleep's amazing. Hit the bell and all of the stuff above.
Hit the bell and get ready for next week's episode where you'll see the completed version of this incredible area just in time for Christmas. The older you get, the harder the holidays hit. But there's one place where that hasn't changed. And and it's probably not where you think. Christmas is definitely in the air, and all of us here on Lotus are working hard to get the Christmas district together. So Marnie, I think that in today's episode, we're just going to get ready for the next year on Lotus. We have tons of mini projects that we need to get done here in the kingdom. Along with we also have a secret Santa present that we need to get. And who knows, maybe we'll get around to implementing some new additions here at the Kingdom of Solith. However, before we get to doing anything new here at the kingdom, I say let's get around to material collecting. Well, the winter winds are definitely a howling. We happen to be at the Fisherman's Cottage, which is the first episode that we ended up making here in this beautiful Lotus world. And at the end of our creative building stream, we spent some time over at these trees felling down even more wood. However, you may notice that we have a candy cane in our hands that happens to say Morg, because Morg happens to be our secret Santa for this year. And I kind of have an idea of what I want to get him. Now, Morg has been pretty busy this season, so I don't think he's had that much time to actually kind of get like geared up and that sort of thing. So I do think that it would be nice to give him a care package with diamonds and tons of other things that he would need to get set up here on Lotus. However, if you know me, then you know that I'm pretty poor myself. I really don't have too much in terms of diamonds and other sorts of materials. So I do think that we're gonna go on a diamond expedition, and then we'll head on over to the shopping district so that we can get Morg a Christmas gift. So we are now about an hour into stream, and as you can see, we have over a stack of diamonds in our hand, and I actually don't know if I've ever had this many diamonds to my name in Minecraft, and it's a good feeling. However, it's an even better feeling knowing that we're gonna use a whole ton of these, head to the shopping district, and get Morg everything that he would ever need to get set up here on the Lotus SMP for the long run. So I say, let's put on our wings, head to the skies, and keep treating him in good old holiday fashion. We have officially made it to the shopping district, along with Draconis' flower shop. And this is usually where I spend all of my diamonds. However, I have a feeling that Morg is not the sort of player that uses tons and tons of flowers, but would benefit from some other things. So I do think that the first shop that we're going to take a look at is Mal Maddie's Enchanted Bookshop. And so we can make our way inside the shop, where, as always, we can get 3 books for 5 diamonds. So I do think that we're going to spend our first 5 on 3 mending books for Morg, and then we're going to do the same thing for some efficiency 5 books too, and then we'll spend another 5 diamonds in order to get Fortune 3 on Breaking and Silk Touch. And then I do think that we'll also take a stop at this shulker ship, which is looking absolutely incredible here in the winter world. As you can see, 1 shulker is 1 diamond and 3 shulkers is 2 diamonds. So I do think that we'll place 2 more diamonds in here, and we'll grab 3 more shulkers for Morg. Okay, what else do we want for Morg? I do also think that we can make our way over to the wood shop, where maybe we can get Morg some stacks of spruce logs, 2 diamonds each. And then I do think that for the time being, everything else that we need, we happen to have back at our base. Okay, so now that we're back at our starter base in the Kingdom of Solith, we're going to head into our special items that we have inside our starter base. And I do think that we're going to take out a couple of our most precious items, including the sherds that we have in our inventory, and then maybe even the mending fishing rod that we have here, along with the sniffer egg too. And now I can place down this shulker box where we can start organizing all of these books in this shulker box for Morg. I do think that we're going to place the sniffer egg that we have from last episode down below here, just like it's an arrow. And then we can have some diagonal diamonds just like so, along with a pottery sherd here and another pottery sherd here. We can stack our stacks of spruce logs like that. Actually, I take that back. I think I want them here. And then last but not least, we can also make 3 blocks of diamonds, which apparently I've never made before. And so now we officially have our Secret Santa gift for Morg. I will say I'm very happy with how it ended up coming out, and it's a good feeling to be a part of the Lotus community this holiday season. But now we have some other side projects that we do want to get done here on Lotus. It is officially Wednesday night, meaning that we only have a couple of days left until everyone comes and hangs out with us on Saturday to celebrate the holiday season on Lotus. So I do think that it's time that we get back to work on the Christmas district and put a very interesting implementation of a snowman into the world. However, I did want to go underneath the Christmas tree and leave this shulker box for Morg. We can also place down a sign where, of course, we can write the name Morg, and I definitely will say that it's a good feeling having a present underneath the Christmas tree. However, we have a couple more side projects to do before the event on Saturday, so I say why don't we get back to resource collecting and maybe some other things back in the Kingdom of Solith before we return to this area that we have here. As the sun sets here, you can see that we actually have a very, very beautiful build. I am calling this guy behind us here the Snow Totem, which is the best attempt that I could make at a snowman so far here as a Minecraft builder. I actually do really like how it ended up coming out in the long run. I've never really made any sort of snow design before, nothing really ever organic, and I don't know, it's not bad for a first attempt ever. But there really is something special, I think, about how it looks, especially with the sun setting in the background over here. Along with it is such a good feeling to have made such a grand contribution to the winter zone over here. However, it does seem like we have a ton of people hanging out and getting some work done here on the server, so I do think that I'm going to see if I can say hi to them. Well, we are officially back at the Christmas district. And we have the whole gang in town too, because it's going to be a fun day here on Lotus. And as you can see, this district is looking absolutely incredible. We have Santa's sleigh in the background of a beautiful Christmas tree. And then as we continue along the path, you can see that we have a couple of Santa golems, which I love. You can see that we have a couple of presents all around the area too. Along with it actually looks like we have a couple of statues of reindeer right here. That's so creative. And as we walk around the path here, I think that we have Draconis's base in the background over here. And then on the left, we have a new building that I haven't been to yet. We can head inside Draconis's house, and I love how festive it is with all of the different map art that we have on the walls. Like we have this little wreath right here beneath the door, which we can head inside and you can see that there's tons and tons and tons of shulkers in here. We have Mild Maddie's incredible house over across the bridge over here in this direction. And man, I know that we talked a lot about it in the last episode, but it's really looking good. We also have our snow totem in the distance. We can make our way over to my base right here, where I do like how it ended up coming out. There's something really festive about the banner designs that we have here, and I love making builds that kind of flow into the path like so. And then over here, we also have Gribbly Games massive town hall inspired base. I love how the front entrance has these kind of red stone pillars right there, and they're connected with cauldrons at the bottom. And then it looks like for the extra detail, he actually ended up using some gold blocks in the shelves on the sides, and I really like the design. We can head inside here, and it does seem like Gribbly happens to be right around his base. And so he's flying off, but you can see that we have a beautiful interior where I do think eventually today we're going to have ourselves a Christmas meal. And then we can fly over here where we happen to have a wonderful Christmas Polar Express sort of train. It really is so incredibly cool looking, and the rail, by the way, is very expensive with shelves and then some anvils too. And so, as you can see, we have a really wonderful looking winter wonderland here on the Lotus SMP. However, you'll notice that we have a whole ton of people online, including some new faces, or some new faces to me at least. And it's time for us all to get up to some Christmas fun.
So, if we come over this way, today and tomorrow, we have a couple of things that should hopefully be fun, maybe, possibly, I don't know.
We're the old people with the mental bandwidth that would actually just walk it instead of having to Elytra there.
There's a path here for a reason, right?
Dude, we spent all of this time and then everyone just flew all over it. It's like, this is what Minecraft is about. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so set our spawns over here. All right, team. I say me and Java end up going to the left. You guys go to the right.
Yeah. Stay as pairs and we can just unfreeze each other.
All right, team. The Snowball Superior. I don't know. What's our team name?
The Pines, I guess.
3, 2, 1. Let's go.
We going?
Go.
Let's play some volleyball.
Oh no, percent. Oh, there we go. Okay, get out of here.
Nice. Yeah, they're both frozen, I
Haha, losers.
We just need to get
Alright.
Slip.
think. Where's Slip at?
We need.
Run.
Oh no!
Let's go. Run away.
Sliding away.
Run away. All right, Hizuri, I'm with you.
Okay.
Okay.
There should be snowballs around here. in
Okay,
the
a couple
corner.
over here. I see two right here.
Yeah.
One for each of us.
Okay,
Let's hit
okay.
this middle bridge right here.
About like
Go hit
Yeah.
Draconis.
See me on the left?
Oh, I missed. Oh,
Okay,
no.
retreat.
Oh. How many snowballs do you have? Oh,
Percent hit.
so many. Oh, God. I'm frozen.
No, Slip's behind you. He's coming. He's going on
You
freeze.
got this.
Let's go. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, let's go. Get out of here. Oh, let's go. Oh, good game.
Jump off now.
W.
It's done.
Gubs in the chat.
That's just not unfreezing.
Oh, fun game. That's fun.
Hit me when I'm not in the game.
I don't know where we're going, but we're going.
We just go in. Okay.
We're just going.
Let's place it in the middle, like right here, and then we can just watch.
Oh,
This is cool. It's actually a really cool perspective in F5. Last year, we ended up doing like a different sort of snowball event with BH and the backyard SMP.
oh yeah.
And yeah, BH ended up making like a custom snowball map and that sort of thing. And when you
Nice.
ended up getting hit with a snowball, you took damage. So like if you got hit like 3 or 4 times, then you would die. And so that was a fun mechanic, but I think that this one is even better. Kind of makes it more like strategic, and so we have to kind of like play together even
Definitely.
more. No.
Yeah.
It's fun being able to see when people get frozen too.
How do I even do that? Is that like a data pack or something?
Oh, is this where I plug my tutorial data pack for beginners?
At the beginning of the year, I'm changing editing software,
Ah.
so I need to learn that first because right now I'm editing in Blender.
Well, I'm impressed because that means your knowledge of Blender is like pretty
Oh.
exquisite.
So I have a question. When you decided to start editing videos or making videos, how did you get to like, oh, well, I could probably use Blender for that? What are you gonna use?
DaVinci.
Oh yeah, that's what everybody's doing.
Yeah.
You're going to be able to take like mega leaps and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I am so glad you guys didn't move.
Yeah, no.
Good point. Really good point. We had moved literally 1 cubic meter to the... you would be done.
There is collision, and it's not like momentum collision. If you hit somebody, you're stopping dead in your tracks. Just a heads up.
Yeah.
This is a big circle, so you should only be turning left. There are other ways you can go, but I've blocked them off. You'd severely be doing yourself a disservice. And we're doing 3 laps. So you gotta cross through this 3 times. And on your 3rd time, that's your win. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Go, 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 go.
Speed.
Speed.
Whoa.
Ah.
It's a good job.
What
No,
is this
not
lag?
glitchy at all.
Oh my god.
All right, okay.
Oh. Whoa.
Some
Oh,
Minecraft and
no.
Mario Kart. Oh no. Oh no. I'm stuck back. Oh man, this is so cool. This is so fun.
Lap 2.
Lap 2.
Dude, a gaffle me slip.
Oh, dude. Oh,
Lap,
you're laughing.
baby, lap. You got
Oh, dude,
lap.
get out of here. Oh, game's on, Grimly. No. Live, no. I do think that the holiday event has been a complete success. And as you can see, it's still going on with tons of parkour with Mild Maddie and I think Etat trying to see what they can do here as they both fall down. But I did want to take a moment to head over here where we have some free cookies that are freshly baked. And so I do think that we'll head into this barrel where you can see that we have cookies galore, along with, once again, I must say that today really has been so much fun. But I do officially think that it's time to head back to the Kingdom of Solith. If you've enjoyed the episode, consider leaving a like on the video. And I promise you that we have plenty more coming on the Lotus SMP, so if you're new here, consider subscribing to the channel.